Hi guys, today's lesson is about the general ledger. If you look at the board, you'll notice that I've drawn a T. Okay, so every ledger account is a T account. What you need to know is which is the debit and the credit side. The left side of an account is the debit side. The right side of the account is the credit side. What you need to know is which accounts increase on the debit side and which accounts increase on the credit side. An easy way to remember that would be to remember debt, click. So that's an acronym, debt, click. What does it stand for? Debit, expenses, assets, drawings. So you'll notice DEAD makes debt. What this means is that expenses, assets and drawings increase on the debit side. Okay, so you need to remember debt, debit, expenses, assets, drawings, it increases on the debit side. And then the acronym for CLICK stands for credit, liabilities, income, capital. So again, CLIC stands for CLIC. Okay, and again what this means is that liabilities, income and capital will increase on the credit side. When you do your ledger accounts for an exercise or a test, if you are doing an asset, for example, let's call this bank. Okay, bank is an asset, so now you know that assets are part of the debt group. It increases on the debit side. So if you know you're going to forget which side it increases on, then always put the plus and minus sign once you've opened up the account. So with any asset account, this is what your account would look like. You'd have debit on the left side, credit on the right side, and then a plus on the debit side because it increases on the debit side, and a minus on the credit side because it decreases on the credit side. Then you open up another account to show you the CLIC group. Let's open up a liability. So we're going to open up accounts payable. And again you do the same thing. Debit is on the left, credit is on the right. But for liability, liabilities increase on the credit side. So your plus will be on the credit side and your minus will be on the debit side. So when something increases the liability, it will go on that side. And when something decreases the liability, it will go on the debit side. Okay, so let me give you a transaction which will affect both of these accounts. Let's say you make a payment to your accounts payable. So the transaction is you made a payment to your accounts payable of 5,000 Rand. What is happening there is money is leaving your bank account, so you should know that the bank would be decreasing. And then your accounts payable is also decreasing because you now owe that liability less. So on the credit side of bank, you'd have 5,000 because it's decreasing. And on the debit side of accounts payable, you'll have 5,000 because it's decreasing. And then this is where the double entry principle comes in as well. For every debit, there is a credit. The other important thing in the ledger is the contra accounts. Please remember your contras. The contra means which account have you debited that 5,000 with. So in our bank account, we have credited 5,000. Which account have we debited 5,000 with? The answer is the accounts payable. So here in the contra, you will have accounts payable. And then you do the same thing in the accounts payable account. You go to the accounts payable, you say I've debited 5,000. Now for the contra, you ask yourself, which account have I credited 5,000 with? And the answer is the bank. That is how you have to process all of your ledger accounts.